Hello, and welcome to this presentation on floor-mounted air handlers from EnergyWise ductless heat pumps. My name is Sean, and I'll be walking you through the presentation today. Okay, so a bit of background on why it's important to consider floor-mounted air handlers. Sometimes there isn't a good option for a wall-mounted system in a home because of limited wall space or simply because the homeowner doesn't want to see it in a certain location. In those cases, it's useful to consider floor mounts as a secondary option. Floor mounts are just as efficient as wall-mounted air handlers, and some people find them to actually be better looking. As you can see on the left, this is a Mitsubishi unit, and it's positioned slightly off the floor. They can be hung, a little farther ahead in my presentation. They can be hung either a foot off the floor or put directly on the floor, whichever suits your aesthetic sensibilities better. One thing that's important to note is that the Mitsubishis, while they do put out more heat than the Daikin, are also significantly more expensive. The Daikins are also a great option. They're very efficient. They do put out quite a bit of heat still, and they are more affordable than the Mitsubishi. Okay, so here we have the submittal data for the Mitsubishi 18,000 BTU head. And as you can see here, at 17 degrees, it will still put out 23,000 BTUs, which is enough for most residential applications. And very impressively, at 5 degrees, it will still put out 21,000 BTUs. So there's a reason why it's called the hyperheating unit. And it's important to note that in Washington, where we are located, in winter it rarely gets down below 17 degrees. So this will cover you basically every single day out of the year. Okay, so here we have the submittal data for the Daikin system. This is a 15,000 BTU head, but at 47 degrees it will actually put out 24,000 BTUs. And at 5 degrees, it will put out 18,000 BTUs. So it's still a very, very efficient, very powerful little head. So I wanted to just briefly cover the benefits of these systems. The main benefit is that it places the units below eye level, which is good for people who don't want to see the wall mounts in their home. It's also good for applications with limited wall space. So as you can see in the picture to the right here, there's not a lot of wall surface area that would work for a wall-mounted unit, but we could easily put a floor mount underneath the ladder that goes to the loft here, and you can see that that is circled in green. And finally, there are just more configuration options when you consider floor mounts, and this is useful in buildings that have kind of a tricky architecture where a room is maybe more difficult to route refrigerant tubing to and all those potential issues. Anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed this presentation on floor mounts and you can see how they would be useful in residential applications. Stay tuned for more videos, informative videos on HVAC topics from EnergyWise ductless heat pumps. Thank you for watching.